My name is Jessica Smith, and I actually go to Sam Brown Cosmetology School. And I had no interest in going to cosmetology school at all for this sewing. I said, I want to learn how to do this sewing. When they said, well, we're looking for cosmetology students or people who have already graduated cosmetology school, I said, okay, I will enroll in cosmetology school. I had no interest in doing anybody's hair but my own, and like maybe my family. Other than that, I had no interest in doing hair. But the sewing itself, I'm like, how did she come up with a system where my hair could grow and I could have this cute weave? I'm like, I could I could not even believe. I'm like, I have to get in on it somehow. And I stalked you, Miss Abra, and everybody at that salon. I called every day trying to figure out how I could get in that class. It was because it was just so amazing. The biggest thing was seeing my own personal results. So coming to Columbia, Missouri from Chicago, Chicago there's a hair salon on every block. You could always get your hair done. I moved to mid Missouri. When I tell you, it was destitute. When I tell you, I would get a sew in and lose hair. I'm like, there has got to be something better, or at least for me to maintain the little bit of length of hair I have, because I never had super long hair. But I saw the before and after pictures. I was like, this can't even be real. Like this can't even be real. And I could not believe what I got. And after that first sewing, I'm like, I have to learn how to do the sewing. I have to learn how to do it, because literally this is something, it's so innovative. It's like the stress-free life that you live with it. So that was the biggest thing that probably motivated me to even want to learn how to do the sewing, when I saw my own results. But with the lesson plan, it's broken down so well. I mean, firstly, you learn about the science behind the sewing. And I think that's the most intricate part, because people need to know what you're doing to their hair, especially if they're going to be paying the amount of money they're paying. You need to be able to share with them what this sewing can do for them. The second part is the mechanics of the sewing. How you braid it down, the net, the tracks, retightening, retouch, and then the final process, the takedown, the reveal. So you're getting invaluable information when you pay for the course. And trust me, I'm look, broke college student here. When I tell you I invested in this lesson. It is so worth it. It is so worth it. I'm even seeing the benefits now within cosmetology school. There are a lot of people that come into school that don't, that may have a specific skill or a talent, but that don't know the science behind hair growth. This course allows you to learn that. A cosmetology school can't really teach that. That's something that I'm learning a stylist has to learn over time. So, to kind of not say bypass or skip that, but to kind of skip all of those years that you would spend trying to find your niche, having it offered to you through your lesson course, it's amazing. I'm skipping all of that unnecessary time. If I didn't make this investment, I wouldn't be in cosmetology school. But I think the biggest thing would definitely be, I mean, just the sewing in general. I mean, the work that our own natural bodies can do. Just sebum production in general. A lot of, the biggest thing with black women that I've learned with black women is just that people of other races have a stronger sebum production and a longer growth cycle. Black women have a shorter sebum, or a shorter sebum production and a shorter growth cycle. So really the goal with this sewing is to retain the length of hair that you're growing naturally from your scalp. And when the ends of your hair have access to all of that sebum, you're gonna get the growth, you're gonna get the results. There are a lot of great people that can do hair that are not cosmetologists, and I was content being that person. I was content. I'm like, I will learn how to do hair to the best of my ability, at my kitchen sink with my cousins and my mama and my aunties. I don't need to be this huge cosmetologist. This course was the reason why I got into cosmetology, because this is groundbreaking. This is going to be some to me, and I'm really not trying to gas you up. I think this is as big as Madam CJ Walker, because there are so many, because like there are other salons that that do this, that have really great sew-ins that can grow your hair. This is the only sew-in that shows you how to do retightening retouch, where you don't even have to disturb the braid pattern in a significant way. You know, so that in itself, that little piece in itself, and it's so simple, y'all. Take the course, but it's so simple. But that little piece right there, that is gonna go down in, I mean, like hair history. But it's because there's no other sew-in like it. There's no other sew. It's the reason why I took the. It's the reason why I'm in cosmetology school. I was not gonna do this at all, but this was the reason why I chose cosmetology, because of this sew-in, y'all. There's really nothing like it. There's really nothing like it. And honestly, even though a client is initially going to be spending a lot, when they see the result, like me, I got my sewing right now. It needs to be I'm going for my retighten and retouch in a couple of weeks, but I have not retightened. I have not retightened. I have not retouched. It's been 3 months, and I have not, like, y'all, I haven't even got minor stitching. No one has touched my sewing. And you can see my little baby hairs I forgot to lay, but that's about it. That's about it. So I think that it's just nothing like this. So I'm sorry. It's just nothing like it. I want to, you know, people do great sew-ins. I have never had a sew-in like this. And there are groups of people that genuinely believe that Black women are predispositioned to be bald-headed. And that's just not true. I think with this sew-in, especially as a younger girl, I always wanted to retain a good, healthy length of hair. I didn't even care about, you know, it reaching, I guess, a certain goal length, but I wanted good, healthy hair. And this sew-in really showed me you can not only have good, healthy hair, your hair can reach any goal you want it to. You know, it's limitless. In 2 sew-ins, my hair, my natural hair is here. And by the 3rd sew-in, it should be here. By the 4th sew-in, it should be below my it's like, it's hair. Hair grows. You know, you just have to learn how to take care of it. And this course really taught me the science, gave me my introduction to the science behind hair growth, the science behind having healthy hair. And most importantly, it showed me how to love and learn how to do my own texture of hair, how to allow it to flourish. So, yeah. This is just my introduction. I mean, even cosmetology school has been great, though. I absolutely love my cosmetology school, but this was the beginning of my knowledge in hair. This is something that is going to really change the game as far as it comes to hair. It really is. And get in on it while there are a few people. Get in on it because this is going to be something that's really, this is going to be a highly requested service. And I think that if you don't get on it while it's kind of like not known very well, when it becomes known, because I think it will become known and other people will want to learn how to do it, it's going to be so in demand, and it's really going to take, I would imagine, your clientele to a whole nother level. Because, and even my stylist, Mariah, she was telling me, and so many other stylists were telling me how much their income has changed. So if you are a cosmetologist who's been in cosmetology 15 years, 20 years, I know a lot of cosmetologists that have a second job. I know a lot of cosmetologists that, you know, hair is kind of like their side hustle. This could be a career. This could be a full-time career with this sew-in only. If you just learned how to do the sew-in, you could see your income change drastically. This is an opportunity for really cosmetologists to change the way you live and even change the way you view the services that you provide to different clients, because it's invaluable. And get in on it while it's kind of not well known. Do that, because if it becomes well known and you try to get in on it, I'm gonna pray for you. That price is gonna go up. I know it is, y'all. I'm just going. It has to, because it's so invaluable. It's literally. Because people, even people that use sew-ins to grow hair, no one has that retouch. No one can, I'm sorry. No one can do it. Even the way the retouch retightening feels, it's like a brand new y'all, I'm just get in on it while you can. Get in on it while you can and while it's this price, because it may seem like a lot, but it's the same with when you have a client that wants this sew-in. It will seem like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, you're gonna look back. If you make the investment, you're gonna look back and be like, that is the best. That is the best thing I could have done for myself, for my clientele, for my business. You want to improve yourself. You want to improve your brand. This is the best way to do it. But this is great for people. I think if you're going to become a cosmetologist, this is what you need to do if you really want to make some money, because this is not a cheap process. And I think that if you're going to get in cosmetology, this specifically is the best way to go. My first thing was to give something to my younger niece. Well, I call them my sister cousins because frankly, we've grown up like sisters. And, one of their biggest insecurities was their hair. It was my hair, I'm missing edges here, and of course, coming from the background that they did, now coming into a loving background, hair care was the first thing that went out the window. It's like, if you're trying to survive, if you're trying to eat, you don't care about your hair. But now that you're in a position where you do care about your appearance and how you look, as their, I guess, in being in the role of older sister, I did want them to have their own piece of confidence. I want every single woman who sits at my salon chair to have that same level of confidence in or out of the weave. And this is the first sew-in where you can have that level of confidence in the weave and outside the weave. I'm definitely a lot more confident than I was before sew-in. So I've probably worn sew-ins for 12 years. 11 years. So, I've always gone in I've always been in sew-ins. I've gone from the beautiful African girl in her kitchen sink to my beautiful cousin Keisha at her kitchen sink to wonderful salons in Chicago. I've had the best of sew-ins. I've had the worst of sew-ins. I've had all types of sew-ins of all kinds, and I've never had a sew-in like this, ever. I've never gotten hair growth from any of those sew-ins. I've never, or retained hair growth from my hair growth from any of those sew-ins. I've never had a sew-in to last this long. I've never even really had a sew-in where I could live my life freely. Every time I got my weave done, I was avoiding water like the plague. The only water I would come into contact to would be in my glass or my red Solo cup. That was the only water I was coming in contact with. I'm not, if I work out, I'm keeping it cute. This sew-in, I can work out, I can swim, I can do all of the stuff. I've gotten back into shape again. It's been great. It's been great. And I've only had these sew-ins for maybe like a little less than 2 years. I've never gotten a consultation for a hair appointment. So I think what is so important about that process is that you're able to explain to clients what is happening with your hair. And it really teaches them the importance of not just sitting in the chair and getting a sew-in and looking cute, but really learning what's happening. You're going to see what you're paying for, because if someone says, I can do this sewing for you for $350, $400, I'm the kind of person, why are you charging me an obscene amount? Like, I can go to Keisha at her kitchen sink and get the same sewing for half off. People should be able to explain to you what you're getting, why you're getting it, because you're not going to pay that kind of you're not going to pay that amount of money if you don't know what's going on with your hair, and especially if you don't know if you can get results. So if you are gonna give your clients the results that they want, which ultimately for most people would be healthy hair growth, if you want your clients to see this is more than just a cute hairstyle, this is something that's going to help you to retain your length, that consultation piece is so important. Not to mention every person is different. There are people that can suffer with alopecia. There are people that can suffer with hair loss. There are people like me that were just like, hey, I don't want to do my hair and I really want to see this hair grow. Please help me. My edges are almost gone. They have left the building. You know, so there are all sorts of people that can come to you. So that consultation piece is really going to help you to see the kind of, not the kind of braid pattern you could do, but the amount of tension you want to put on the hair, what kind of hair you want to leave out, what kind of goals that individual client may have. You know, that consultation piece is just, I think it's vital before you even start. I think what makes it different is that you post women of all age groups. You post women of all skin tones, different hair patterns, different curl patterns. The results are still the same as far as the retention and the growth. Everybody, it's the same across the board. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what. People with alopecia, bald spots. A woman, she got hair doing the sew. I don't know if people are having a difficult time believing that this is not real. I don't look. They gonna miss out. Most cosmetology schools, they don't teach you how to really help our hair to grow and thrive, and this program did. So I have no complaint. When I say I have no complaints, let me invest now before it goes off the scale, and I can't afford it, because it's really priceless. I was willing to spend the money because I knew the results I was going to get. I did not have it. I did not have it, but I knew immediately. I knew that if I sat in the chair, I was going to walk away with good results. So I was willing to spend however amount of money to reach the goal that I had for my own hair growth. And most people that are coming are people typically on their last leg. Like, I've been to this salon, 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 and I haven't achieved the goal I want for my natural hair. Please help me. So when you meet people in that position, they're gonna pay whatever. I know I was. I needed my edges. Okay. I was a college student. I was a college student. I had roommates. I was not in a position to pay for this. When I tell you, I'm not saying anyone should go into debt. Please don't. I was not going into debt, but I was willing to pay to get this sewing. If I had to work a double shift, I was willing to pay. When I got, after that first sew-in, I was like, you know what, this is going to be a regular part of my budget. Like, and this is the thing too. I was also that girl that bought hair products that this hair product will give you 10 inches in 2 hours, and I would be salty. Like, I was that girl. So, and the amount, even statistically, Black women or Black people, we make up 13% of the American population, but buy 90% of the hair products. That's how much we care, but our hair is a priority. So this sewing is going to cut your hair bill in half. I mean, what I was spending on hair products, going to different stylists, travel time, becoming a client, becoming Mariah's regular client, I have cut my hair bill down by 75%. Like, so it really does save you money. And for now, it's only done in St. Louis. So there are people that are flying in trying to get this done. You know how much a plane ticket costs? Like you know, to fly in to a salon in St. Louis to get your hair done and fly back. It's just it's an invaluable service. I knew that if I invested in the class, even being a client, if I invested in the sewing, I knew I was going to get results. So to me, it was, were the results worth it enough to make the investment? And I knew immediately it was. It was, because there are some people that, you know, sit in the chair and that, you know, they're content with half an inch of hair growth. I sat in the chair and walked out with 3 inches of hair growth in 5 months. That's a receipt. I could do a basic cornrow. I now know the science behind hair growth, what it takes to grow our hair, and how to help other women achieve that. A receipt. You're gonna get what you put into it. And if you take the time to invest in this program, if you take the time to invest in yourself, you're gonna get the results. Well, so being a client, the retouch is half the price of the sew-in. So when I got the retouch, the first time I got it, I'm like, I wonder what she's gonna do. I'm thinking like my whole sewing was gonna be taken down. Like I thought my braids were gonna be redone. I'm like, I'm gonna be here for a long time. I was in there for half the time. It felt brand new. And now, even taking the course, seeing that retouch, retightening, I can see like it is not necessary to over manipulate. It's just not necessary. You don't have to go through the whole process of taking it down, putting it back together. And that's what a lot of people, a lot of salon artists do. That, you know, if they do a protective style that is a 6-month stretch, an 8-month stretch, they have no way of doing that without taking your hair down. This is one style, but the hair does not have to be taken down in its completion. You know, you're able to live your life. There is no one in that salon that does not have hair. For the lack of a better term, they got crop. They got they got crop. Everybody has hair. Even my own experience. When I first started, I had missing edges. I have serious edges, but I had missing edges, and my hair on my sides went to my earlobes, and the back of my hair kind of touched like the upper part of my neck. My natural hair before I got this weave put in, mind you, my hair was here. In 2 sew-ins, my hair went to here. So like I've never ever had hair that long in my entire life, ever.